Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us on KCAL News at 5. I'm Pat Harvey.
And I'm Juan Fernandez. We're going to get to our election coverage in just a moment, but we begin with very sad news. Our beloved friend and co-worker, Chauncy Glover, has died.
Now, this unexpected loss stunned our newsroom this afternoon. It left us grieving the light lost to us and the Southern California community.
Good evening, I'm Chauncy Glover, and today it is all about the kids and the toys.
Chauncy Glover was more than just a local news anchor. He was a devoted community leader with the heart of doing what it takes to make our communities a better place to live.
So, Jelani, what made you start Black Men Hike?
And now this is a perfect segue to our newest member of the KCAL team, Chauncy Glover. Chauncy joined KCAL News just over a year ago, bringing us inspiring stories, including one about two brothers from South LA who found redemption and a new life through letters in prison.
You didn't even know what an email was.
No, my brother actually taught me how to set up an email, how to manage an email. He taught me a lot about how to use phones, and anything I needed to know, he pretty much brought me up to speed.
Chauncy's love for journalism began at a young age while growing up in the small town of Athens, Alabama.
My dad built me a little anchor desk when I was 5 years old, and every Sunday after church, I would do my, quote, newscast at the time. But I turned my hobby into a career. I did journalism in high school and went on to college to major in journalism and communications. I started my career in Columbus, Georgia, then on to Jacksonville, Florida. Did a stint in Detroit, 8 years in Houston, and then here I am in LA now.
Chauncy's passion for others went outside the newsroom with his foundation, the Chauncy Glover Project.
So blessed to be here in Los Angeles. I'm originally from Alabama, country boy. I just moved here after spending 8 years there in Houston, but it was in Detroit, a story I'll never forget. Breaking news, a young man had robbed a basketball coach, shot him. I watched that young man die on the streets of Detroit, and I was compelled to go back to that high school, and I started the Chauncy Glover Project a few months later, which is a hands-on nonprofit where we mentor young boys of color in the inner city. I am so proud. This has been my life's purpose and work, and to date we've sent more than 350 boys of color to college, and we've mentored more than 1,000, and I'm looking forward to possibly one day bringing it here to Los Angeles, because as I do the research and I talk to the folks out in the community, it is certainly needed.
There's a big need. Chauncy was a bright light in our newsroom with his big smile and uplifting spirit.
You're the reason why I have to do so much cardio, because I love the sweet potato. I've talked about this. I love the sweet potato pie.
Chauncy's time with us was short, but his impact and effect on our hearts is everlasting. A short time ago, Chauncy's family reached out saying, quote, "We, Sherry and Robert Glover, along with Chauncy's beloved family, are devastated by the unimaginable loss of our beloved Chauncy. He was more than a son and a brother. He was a beacon of light in our lives and a true hero to his community. Chauncy's compassion and dedication to helping others, especially through the Chauncy Glover Project, changed countless lives, and it inspired so many young men to pursue their dreams. His talent, warmth, and vision left an imprint on everyone who knew him, and the world is dimmer without him. And while we grieve this profound loss, we are comforted by the outpouring of love and memories shared by those who knew Chauncy as the passionate, gifted soul he was. We kindly ask for privacy as we mourn and honor his incredible legacy. He was taken from us far too soon, but his impact will be felt forever."
Well, Chauncy, as we know, was a compelling storyteller. He was also very passionate about helping others, especially boys in marginalized communities, understanding the challenges in the inner cities. His focus was often on mental health. Take a look.
I was already aware that you could lose your life, walking to school.
Tajay Moreno was raised by a single mom in Compton, but he says the streets also raised him, joining a gang at an early age.
Chauncy connected with Tajay Moreno, you see there, and shared more than just his story with our viewers. Tajay took a moment to share his memories of the time he spent with Chauncy.
As I got to talk to him, I learned that, you know, he was so down to earth because of all these things that he went through, you know, getting to where he was and all the work he had to do and some of the struggles and the hurdles as a black man that he had to overcome, you know. And I think that because I noticed he specialized in things that uplifted the community, even like the stories that he covered, you know, like anything that had to do with, you know, positivity or reaching other people, he covered that.
Moreno went on to say that although his time with Chauncy was brief, Chauncy left a lasting impression that he hopes to carry on in his work as a therapist.
Well, Chauncy also founded the Chauncy Glover Project, which he saw as a way to help teenage boys grow into accomplished gentlemen. He was so proud of this. His foundation provided mentorship and education so the children in his program could find success after high school and become future leaders in the world. His program mentored more than 75 young men, sending 50 of them to college. And he spoke often about how proud he was of that foundation. And we both know he was still involved even once he's been here. He just celebrated his year just a few weeks ago here in Los Angeles and with us. But he was still involved with his foundation based in Houston.
He would often travel back to Houston to attend meetings and to check in on those boys.
He did, and when he did, and he was always connected through, you know, the internet and social media, things of that nature.